Chicago's Uptown neighborhood, and I had some business to do down here, and I wasn't really expecting to do a video, but I decided, you know what, it's been a long time, people have been asking me to do videos, and so I'm just gonna do it from the seat of my pants. I didn't really prepare anything. Right now we're sitting across the street from the historic Aragon Ballroom, and as historic as it is, it really does not have any paranormal stories associated with it that I'm aware of. There has always been the story that the old coal tunnels in the basement were used during the Prohibition to run alcohol, liquor, and the bootleggers would really take control of that. And not far from here is the Green Mill, which had the Capone booth, and that had tunnels that would go to the bank building that's in front of us, and it would also go to the street. So Capone could be sitting at the bar at his Capone booth, and the place would get raided. He'd drop out of his trap door with his special lady friend, and next thing you know, they're walking on the streets of Broadway like nothing ever happened. So we'll just start rolling and see where this takes us. So for whatever reason, the comments are not popping up right now, but I needed to get spun back around. But we gotta figure out why the comments are not working. Alright, so this is back where we started. I was facing the other way. This is the Aragon Theater I talked about. This is the Lawrence Red Line stop. And so the tunnel would run this way towards Broadway. And right here is the Green Mill. And the big building in the background is the Uptown Theater. So the Green Mill is where Capone had his booth. And this is the north side, so he would come all the way up here for his operations, as far as bootlegging operations. And so there's the Uptown. I'm going to pull over for a minute and let's figure out why the comments are not coming up on here. Well, this is crazy, guys. Chat is not working. Bear with me. Let me see if I have another device so we can do this. Sorry for the brief technical difficulties. Alright, guys. Let's see what we got here. Alright, here we go. We got it now. Gregory House, what's up? Fred Robertson, what's up? So now we're back in business. I gotta around. But this neighborhood has definitely changed since the era of the mobsters. All this architecture. Alright, so back to what we were talking about. So on the right hand side here is the Uptown Theater. In the lobby, it was actually the toy store in the movie Home Alone 2. Over here on the right is the grain mill. And the tunnel would go from that theater to this bar to right across the street here to the Riviera Theater. And these guys gots to go, but we got somebody turning. So the bank building on the left, well, the one on the right, the one on the left, one was a library, one was a bank, and the tunnels were all connected for the bootlegging and the escaping of the mobsters and all that good stuff. So we're headed to somewhere very specific. It's one of my favorite cemeteries. I'm not going to say which one it is until we get there. Because like most private places, recording is not allowed. If you have any questions about where we are or what's going on, go ahead and feel free to shout them out. So we're about 5 to 7 minutes from the first cemetery. Hey, what's up, Field Walker? Great to see you too. So, we're finally at our destination. So you might have actually seen the entryway to this cemetery in the movie U.S. Marshals. There's an escape scene towards the end of the movie, and there's a huge crash in this entryway. So we just have to deal with this semi that is trying to jackknife himself in the middle of the intersection. That is not a job I would want. Here comes the Chicago Fire Department, ambulance 46. And apparently they don't know where they're going. So in the world of cemeteries, this is in my top 3 favorite cemeteries I like to visit. And it gives me inspiration for making my displays, and it has a lot of paranormal history as well, and Chicago history. So like I said before, in this entryway there was a crash. It would be U.S. Marshals. And it has been a long time since I've been here. I went from coming here every couple of weeks to it's probably been about 4 or 5 years since I was last here. And it looks like we lost Chad again. So, the monuments here are unbelievable. And this one here is actually one of my favorites. Get turned around and I'll tell you the story about it. Oh, there's so much here. Alright, so I'm actually seeing all kinds of my favorites. Alright, so I love these old crypts here. and I'm trying to get the chat to come back up on my other device. It seems like I'm going to have to restart it. So this person's gonna think we're creepy on them, but we're not. So keep in mind, I cannot see the chat. Yikes. Whoa, how about that? Nobody wanted to see that. Alright. So this is Inez Clark. So there's a lot of rumors as to how she actually died. But her parents, John and Mary Clark, when she died, they hired an artist to make this statue of her. And so one of the legends about her death is that she was hit by lightning, and that's why the umbrella is so significant in the statue. So there was a time where they had night watchmen patrolling this cemetery. And one night during a rainstorm, the night watchman was driving through here, patrolling, and he saw somebody through the lightning flashes. And he parked right where my truck is, and he came walking down this aisle, and he came to the box here, and he found the box empty. And then over here, he saw a little girl duck out from behind one of the tombstones. He shined his light and noticed his light went right through her. He immediately went running back to his truck, drove through the gate, and never came back. In fact, they claimed that he didn't even come to get his paycheck. So that is the story of Miss Inez Clark. But look at the detail, look at the beauty. So this is my number 2 or 3 favorite grave site here at Graceland Cemetery. And people that come leave little trinkets, money, see if her spirit moves them or not. So we're gonna go over and try and see if we can find my number 1 favorite. Alright. So let's see if the other device came up, so I can see if you guys have questions in the chat. But as we're driving through here, you can just see the beauty, and you can probably see why I like this place so much. A lot of the graves were moved here when the City of Chicago Cemetery closed. It was in Lincoln Park, and it was a little bit too close to the lake, and the bodies were not buried that deep enough because of the lake level, and it was causing a lot of illnesses to take place, such as dysentery. And then they were worried that things like the plague and and other things would come and infect people. So, all right, it's crazy that it's like riding a bike. This is my other favorite, and we're gonna turn around here. So we can park right by it. But when you're driving in a cemetery, you need to be respectful of where you drive, especially around the edges, because there might not necessarily be tombstones, but you could be driving on unmarked graves. So I just got chat to come up, and Field Walker is asking, do you know how old the cemetery is, or if it holds any souls from the Chicago fire in 1871? Well, that is a good question, and the answer is when the bodies got moved from the city of Chicago cemetery, I would imagine that some of the dead from the Great Chicago Fire would have been moved from there to here. But this whole turning around thing is kind of crazy. I didn't realize how far I was going to have to go. So bear with me. But look at these crypts. I wish I had the space to build a bunch of crypts like this for my display. And my truck is in the shop, so today we're in a hybrid pickup truck. So it makes all kinds of noises that my truck doesn't make. And it goes from battery to gas. It's crazy. So I didn't realize, so since I started coming here, people did not really utilize this as a walking and running path as much as I've seen today. And then I noticed there's people having a picnic right by the grave we're about to stop at. And apparently this is a native prairie that they let grow here. So this is what much of Illinois would have looked like with the wild flowers and the plants and whatnot. Alright, so this thing here right in front of us, this is so cool. It's just like a sarcophagus or a crypt, whatever you want to call it, where it's got like a concrete. Alright, so now we are here. Alright, so this is interesting. The name is gone, but this is the Graves monument. I think it was Dexter Graves. I don't know why. Maybe it's off for repair, or is it on this side? Oh, Henry Graves. And so, son of Dexter Graves, one of the pioneers of Chicago, Dexter Graves bought the first colony to Chicago, or brought the first colony to Chicago, consisting of 13 families arriving here July 15th, 1831, from Ohio on the schooner Telegraph, and father and son remained citizens of Chicago till their death. This lot contains the remains of Dexter, who died in 1844 at 55 years old, his wife, Olive, who died in 1949 at the age of 58, and then their children, Lucy, who was 18 when she died, Emily, who was 8 years old, Lauren, who was 38 years old, and then Henry, who was 86 when he finally did die, and then Clementine, another wife of Henry. So, anyway, the legend behind this one is that all those younger kids died of cholera, and if you look directly into his face, you'll see how you die. But that's why it's kind of like the Grim Reaper. So, look at these things. They're just beautiful all over the place. But in my opinion, this is the type of cemetery that that people base their home haunts on. Like, this is what your vision is. All right, so let's look at the comments. Oh, hey, Elliot, what's up? Tony. All right, Tony says, little girl in a blue dress on the right, her name is Emery. Not sure what part of the video you saw that. But we will continue on here. So I just love all these little crypts and mausoleums and such right here. And if you ever use the red line to get to Wrigley Field, a lot of times you pass by this cemetery up on these elevated tracks up here, the L. The nice thing about this cemetery is it's big, and it doesn't even feel like you're in an urban area. So somewhere over here is the Palmer and where Pullman is buried. Pullman stuff is very interesting. Oh, speak of the devil. This right here is Pullman. But right now we cannot stop because we have a official vehicle coming up behind us. So just had to keep rolling. So the nice thing, I don't know if you can see or not, but there's a lagoon right here. And all these beautiful crypts. Alright, so dug into the ground is like a bunker, and this one is the wolf, Ludwig wolf. All right. Sorry about that. So over there, that's the lagoon. And then this one into the ground, this is Ludwig wolf. And so maybe it's just the name, but the legend has it that at night you would see like a wolf-like creature on top of this mound howling, and people from the apartment building right there would report it. But this was years ago, and I don't know if there's been any sightings recently. But as you can tell, like, this is a mound compared to almost all of the other ones around here. So back to the chats. Oh, so Elliot says his father used to give tours of the cemetery when he was in college. That's pretty cool. And Fieldwalker, Fieldwalker, throw up your YouTube channel. It's changed, I know, because you got censored by your own country. But please throw up your YouTube so people can find your channel. YouTube, Fieldwalker makes the coolest masks and props. But I would, like, I've never been to the UK, but I'm surprised when you say that this is bigger than any UK cemetery. To me, I would imagine they'd be bigger, but I do realize that it is a much smaller country. But this is one of my favorites, and there's like 3 or 4 just like this that are just as big within like 3 to 5 miles of here. So, but lots of walkers today. Like, I did not know that that was a thing. So Fieldwalker's channel is Fieldwalker Masks -T9X. Totally recommend subscribing and liking and watching some of his videos. Alright, so we're gonna move to like another area here. So here's the lagoon again. But like, it's crazy how it's been so long since I've been here, yet I know where everything is still, you know, in a way, which is weird. or maybe I just came here that much. That this is kind of like driving through a neighborhood. But I must say that I've never been here when landscapers have been here. But as you're driving through here, you see different names of places, like of towns. So like we just passed Hoffman, and I'm sure that there's a significance that like that particular Hoffman family has something to do with Hoffman Estates, which is a suburban neighborhood in Chicago. J.H. Dunham. But this right here is Palmer. So it's going to be loud because of the landscapers, but we're going to get out here real quick and we're going to do this. But this right here, the Palmers did what is now the Palmer House Hilton. And you gotta see the view from this. This is almost like being at a villa. But you have Potter Palmer here and his wife Bertha Palmer. And then some of the other ones are in the ground here. But look, it overlooks the lagoon. And it's really, like, this is a beautiful, peaceful spot when the landscapers aren't here. And look at the architecture on these. But you can't take it with you, and these people, you know, they spent their money on their final resting places. Most of them were built, like the wives died before the husbands, and the husbands built them as a tribute to the wives. So we're just gotta run so we don't get run over by these lawnmowers. So down the way there, look at the pyramid. Like, it's just, this place is fucking cool. So 1916, but look at how beautiful these things are. And another beautiful crypt. Oh, a locust. So where are we gonna go? I feel like we came this way before, and this is where it felt like the official vehicle was following us. So let's see if we can get ourselves to back to the Pullman. And that dead grass was actually hay, like that's a freshly buried one. So I just saw Phelps, Conover, and Vialis, and I never made the connection before, but those are all towns in northern Wisconsin. Vialis is a county, so I wonder if that has anything to do with that. I'll have to research that. Interesting. All right, so here's Pullman. So the story with Pullman is that he owned a factory, and he was so hated that he actually had all this concrete poured on top of his body because he's so afraid that when he was dead they were going to dismember him or whatever, because he was known as being like a ruthless boss. He was very anti-union, and he created like a whole town around his factory where people would live. And if you see the movie The Road to Perdition, all that was Pullman's property. So he's somewhere underneath all of this. But all the train cars, the Pullman train cars, this is the guy. The only thing that I always found weird is that there's literally no evidence of trains in his architecture. So now in my cemetery, I have an angel, and what made me want an angel for my cemetery was this this tomb right here. It's kind of an Egyptian theme, but look at this angel right here guarding the doors. It's just a beautiful place. I always wish she'd just look over and wink at me. That would make this video like the best video ever on YouTube. We would explode the internet if she'd just take a look and wink at me. Come on, wink. All right, so the winking's not happening. All right, so when I was leaving today for my prior engagement, I thought that I might do this depending on how I felt and depending on a couple circumstances. So I grabbed a crate, and I'm hoping that it was my paranormal crate. And then I, being the city person I am, I threw all this shit on top of it so that nobody would see that I had my crate. So hopefully this is my paranormal crate. If it's not, why do I have so many crates? That's a good question. I don't know. Oh, duh, it has 4. All right, so, oh yeah, this is. All right, so let's see what we got in here. Let's pull out the, is the battery still good? Oh yeah, the battery's still good on it, cool. So we'll pull out the Ovulus, and then we'll pull out the SP7 Pro spirit box. And then we'll pull out the original SB7. So we got those all over there. Just to be safe, I brought some batteries in case the batteries are dead in these things. And let me get this box closed so this shit doesn't fall out while we're driving. Sorry to make everybody dizzy. Look at the beauty. So nice. Alright, so we're going to turn on the SB7 and we're just going to put it on it immediately said cold more or more cold mini. Huh. Yeah. So here's the thing. The weather in the Chicago area had been really hot, and right now it's cooled down, so more cold mini. It's like, I don't know, that sounds intelligent to me. Alright, so let's see if we got batteries in the SBCs, or SB7. Oh, and it's AAA and I brought AA, so that one's not going off today. Let's see about this one. Okay, so this one uses AA. Batteries are in there, and let's see. Alright, so these batteries are dead, so let's flip these over. It's funny that the Ovulus always works. Like, we should rename the Ovulus to Old Reliable. Alright, oh, crap. The batteries I picked look like a lot of them are exploded. How the hell did I do that? When are these supposed to be good till? Guaranteed 10 years. What year does this expire on? March of 2029, so... Alright, so luckily I think I bought these at Costco. Just gotta pull out 3 that don't look like they're exploded. Oh, we got power. Well, at least it's saying it's got full battery power on this thing. And let's get the volume going on it. So I like it sweeping at 150. Oh, this one only goes... So this is a new one for me. Oh, there we go. Okay, so 150. Does anybody want to talk to us today? What's your name? Does anybody here have a name they want to tell us? Alright, so we're just going to nice and slowly drive through here. Anybody have a name they want to tell us? David? How are you, David? You're bad? Why? What happened to you, David? David, obviously we're in a cemetery and you know that you passed away. What happened? You got injured? How? Do you know what year it was? David, what year do you last remember? The first? I didn't copy the year. Could you repeat the year, David? David, can you see me? What vehicle am I in? David, are you still there? David, where are you? Is there anybody else here? Alright, I'm just gonna keep driving. If anybody else is out there, just shout your name. When I'm driving, one of you guys just yell stop and I'll stop. Oh, please stop. What's your name? Peter, did you say? What's your name? It sounds like you're from Europe. Britain? Who answered with the Britain? What's your name? Where are you? I know you can hear me. Where are you? Can you, what vehicle am I in? What do I look like to you guys? Can you guys tell me what I'm doing right now? All right. Nobody wants to talk. I'm gonna start moving again. Wow, that cloud looks like a half moon almost. That's pretty cool. It looks like we're in a simulation. You can hear me, tell me your name and I'll stop. Are you lonely? Or are there other spirits here that keep you happy? Midway. If you can hear me, shout out your name and I'll stop. Anne? Anne, can you hear me? All right. Can anybody tell me what vehicle I'm in? Unfortunately, I only know English, so if you want to talk to me, you have to talk to me in English. Yeah, we are by Belmont. If you tell me your name, I will stop. What do you guys think about all the people walking through here with the dogs? It's irritating. If anybody tells me your name, I will stop. Just shout your name out there. Stop. What's your name? Or did you say Scott? Is your name Scott? Get a room? What does that mean? Alright, we're almost gonna leave, so if you guys don't want me to leave, tell me your name. Tell me something. What vehicle am I in? I don't need the specific name and model, just tell me what I'm in. Tell me what year you died. Alright guys, well, we're gonna leave the cemetery proper. I was thinking about maybe going to a second one today, but I've already done enough. We went on a nice little tour here, and we actually got what I believe are a couple of intelligent responses with these devices, which still blows my mind. So this was Graceland Cemetery.
Scratch. Roger.
Alright, well, we're gonna turn off the spirit box. And I'm gonna leave the Ovulus on. Oh, no shit. Well, earlier I was asking for names, and Roger had come up on here. I didn't even notice. That's too bad. We could have had an interaction with Roger on the SB or on the Ovilus. All right, I'm gonna turn the Ovilus off too. So this is the outside of the cemetery. And I didn't realize I have a parade of cars behind me because I'm going so slow. But I'm gonna turn the AC on. So I want to thank everybody for watching. Subscribe to the channel. I will be building stuff soon. It's just been really, really busy for me lately. And this was in no way sponsored by Bud Light. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel. Give us a big thumbs up. EG Scary out.